Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Hummel. It's the Tier 6 German SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Mainz, and this one is under the command of talon1958 of OLIMP, and he's got the stock howitzer, which of course is the more effective one if you know what you're doing. Game on! Well, the reason it's more effective is it's got a much higher trajectory than the standard top gun, which of course is also 15 centimeter, but it's the long barrel version, and the short barrel is the same version as with the Gorilla, and so it's got the same characteristics. It can fire very high, but it's very accurate. Well, he wasn't able to get the tanks that were actually going into the hill, into the castle, but he managed to get a direct hit on a VK3002M, and he's repositioning to avoid counter battery because he knows the enemy Arty might try to fire a round in there and hit him. In fact, you can see the enemy Arty firing from the corner. You just saw the tracer going up through the air. Rounds out. Direct hit again, this time on the ISM. Changing position. You can see the Burt. There he goes, just ahead of us, and he's firing from the corner. He's got also a very short range, and it looks like, yeah, the enemy SU-8 just got wiped out by our Cromwell, which is very good news for us, because that's one less Arty that can actually kill us. Rounds out. Yep, got the Hummel, splashed him for 48. Now, this is the Schwer howitzer, the SFH, Schwer Feldhowitzer, get it right. It's the heavy howitzer, 15 centimeter. Light field howitzer is actually the same gun you get on the Fifi and also on the Heischreck, which of course is the Selbstfahrerwerte 4B. You also find it on several other Artys in the game. Okay, we're loaded again, and that's one of the other features of this Arty, is it does have a very quick reload with the stock gun. Go for the Juno, rounds out. Another accurate hit, 210 off this one. Again, changes position to avoid counter battery. The enemy has only got one Arty left. It is a Hummel, but we don't know which howitzer he's got. He might have the top one. There he is. He's actually moved a little bit closer, which tends to make me think he might also have the stock gun. Well, that one hit the building. The Hummel actually was used as the counter battery fire Arty for the Germans. It actually came into service very late during the war, and so originally, because it was so accurate, they tended to use it for counter battery purposes. This one's got the top gun, and Talon makes absolutely certain of him by wiping him out. And that means that he doesn't have to move to avoid counter battery now, because he actually has wiped out both, or both enemy Artys have been killed. He didn't wipe them both out. Okay, going into a new firing position. And he's ready to go again. The standard reload with this Arty and the stock gun is 25.31 seconds. You can see Talon's got 20.50. Now the alpha is only 480, but it's still enough to do considerable damage to some of these tanks. It is a tier 8 game with tier 6 tanks, so he is bottom tier, but every higher tier tank that he actually attacks, he gets 10% extra for every tier, and that makes a big difference in the end. Now, is he going to fire blind into this corner? No, he's decided to try and pick another target. The Junus suddenly come into sight again. Does take a little while to dial in after each shot, so it does help that you actually find out what happens to the shell. And he gets a direct hit on the rear of the vehicle for 188. Okay, we've got a Black Prince coming up the route to the south route to get to the castle. And this is unusual. An ISM decided to go via the river route. It's unusual because normally tanks will avoid that because the chances are they will get hit by tank destroyers. And Talon's managed to get around into him, stun him, but he's not pulling back. He's actually determined to go via that route. It's actually easier to go over the island because there's plenty of cover on the island, whereas there isn't cover on this side, but there are little holes you can go into. Rounds out. And another hit. Now, he's not getting penetrating shots, but he's whittling away the hit points of this guy bit by bit. And another good thing about the stock gun is you get more ammunition than you do in the Top Gun. You get 27 rounds in the stock, and he's just got the kill. You only get 18 rounds in the Top Gun, so it does make a difference. You get 9 rounds extra to play with. Well, he's got a kill now. In fact, he's got 2 kills now, if you remember. Because the last one he killed was the enemy Arty. Rams out the Juno. Another direct hit. 167. If he keeps this up, it's going to be very difficult for Angelina to beat him. This is Talon's first entry in this week's competition. You can see the shell actually impacted above the gun, just above the mantlet on the turret. Rounds out. And the target goes down, but he goes down to the M6 before the shell arrives, so Talon doesn't get anything extra off that tank. But this VK is a one-shot, and he's gone. And we're slowly whittling these enemy away. There's only 4 of them left now. Kari gone before he could get there. In fact, the kill shot on that one went to the T-27. Okay, he's going to have to get closer to the enemy now because most of the enemy are out of sight. But the Black Prince has been found. He's on the south edge of the hill. There's an E25 over on the South Island, but we haven't seen him in quite a while. But it actually would help to Talon to get over to the east side of the map where he's got more protection from his teammates. Okay, the E25's been spotted just outside range, and he's gone. So that's the last one is now the Super Hellcat. From this spot, he can actually get shots on the enemy. Because if they are in the south, and we reckon we found him around about here, well, that's where they think he is. There he is. Rounds out. Oh, he gets the kill with the last shot. Here's the end of battle results, and that was a first-class tanker to talon1958 in the Hummel. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6, and his win rate from the game was 3,182, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in this game. No, the M2Y did. He got 2,334, followed by the Skoda T27 with 2,003. And third place, we've got the G2 SP with 1,848. The Super Hellcat on the enemy team actually got more than Talon, so that moves Talon down to 5th place overall on damage with 1,635 hit points. When it came to kills, though, the Skoda managed to get 4, so he was in top position. Second place, or joint second place, with the M2Y was Talon, and the G2 was in 3rd place overall, and also with the Super Hellcat on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, He's a little way down the table again. We've got 1,053 went to the Skoda T27. 1,052 went to the M2Y, just 1 experience points lower. And the T43 managed 883. Talon managed 783 out of that game, which actually puts him in 5th place overall. He fired 15 rounds, got 9 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, which I think was the Hummel. We'll just confirm that with the list just to see. There's the Hummel. No, he didn't penetrate the Hummel, but he did penetrate the Super Hellcat right at the end of the game. Also has very low armor, and he got 286 hit points off that one shot alone. Okay, going back to the details, we can see he also got 13 splashes on the enemy. 1,635 hit points in total, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 6 to the enemy, kill 3, so missed out on a Confederate. 399 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns, and that's why he only got a first class, because he was relying on the actual damage rather than the stun assist. He didn't get a lot of stun assists in the game. He did earn 82,291 credits profit from that game, and he got 50,000 for mission completion and 2,349 experience points altogether. So since Angelina hasn't actually submitted a replay for this contest for this week, Talon is definitely in the lead, no doubt about that whatsoever. And it's quite a high score for Angelina to beat, but she has managed to get first classes, bruises, and medals after that. So if she does the same again, she might actually end up in the lead after all. And well, if she managed to get an ace tanker, she wins the competition outright there and then. So we'll have to wait and see if she does better during the week. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.